Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming. Here we are back in Watch Dogs Legion in London. We're in Camden Town, not in the part where the market is. We're just off to the side in a kind of small green area. There's a couple of statues of people who I don't know, I probably should, in this green. And it's a nice sunny day, as you can see, so that makes a change from how it usually is. Not in London, but in Watch Dogs Legion when I make videos. Anyway, so today I'm just doing a kind of follow-up video to the last one I made, which was about Dragon Age The Veilguard. I wasn't intending to make another video on that, but it's because of some of the things that have come up since, and I thought I should make a subsequent comment. It won't be long. So this isn't about the game as much as EA and Bioware's attempt to circumvent negative reviews, and what they've done, from everything I've read and seen, is that they've not given out advanced game code to people who review games who they think are going to give negative reviews to the game, which is ridiculous because it's obviously going to create a situation where they get positive reviews on overall gaming scores. But what's really ridiculous about it, and it shows how it's contemptuous, and I'll tell you the reason why it's worse than... We know that gaming companies in general, game publishers, do things that aren't very honourable, let's just say that. They show trailers of games, big game studios, that aren't realistic to what the gameplay is going to be. They tell you a game's not going to be live service, and it is. They tell you there won't be in-game transactions, but there are. So we know they do things like this. It's not a shock to find game publishers do things that aren't very consumer friendly, or they lie. And unfortunately, I think it's probably the industry where there's the most lying and malpractice available to consumers. But this is more ridiculous and it's more contemptuous because they know in advance that the game's bad. That's obvious. If they wouldn't try to hide, no one would. If you knew your product was good, why would you try to hide negative reviews and not give codes to people you think might give negative reviews? So that in itself is bad. If you've made a product and you don't know it's bad, and you made a movie, it doesn't matter the song, and you think it's great and it gets bad reviews, you might be shocked. But obviously they're not going to be shocked, and that's the first thing that's really bad, that they obviously know the game that they've made is not going to be well received, and so why would you make it like that if you already kind of know that? So that's odd and kind of horrible. But then the worst part is that they know full well that this will come out. Of course they do. They know that the journalists and the game channels that didn't get the codes and didn't get to review it will know that that's the reason. Once they see the gameplay from the channels that did get it, they will realise that it's a bad game, it's a woke game, etc, 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 which I've got into in the last video. It's a Disney kiddie looking game. So they'll find that out. So the really scummy part of this, and the really contemptuous part, is that they know they'll be caught out very quickly, because it will come out very fast. All over YouTube it already is. So the only reason they're doing this is because there's a lot of people, I would say almost the majority of, general, day in, day out average gamers that don't watch lots of stuff on YouTube about gaming. So they won't know. And that's the thing, that's why they're doing it. It's because average gamer who doesn't watch YouTube and doesn't go into all the backstory of Bioware and Dragon Age, and all they see is, oh, there's a new Dragon Age game. They may not even know about the first game. If you're 16-year-old and you see a new game, the last Dragon Age game was when they were 6. So they may not even know about the original Dragon Age games. And all they'll see is, here's a game, it looks really cool. Dragon Age, that sounds great. Oh, look, it's got an 84 review on IGN, or it's got... And that's all they'll see. So what they're basically doing is taking the fall for the fact they'll get called out on not giving codes out and trying to fix the reviews, but they're doing that because they know that in that they will sell games to people that don't check reviews, people that don't know about the game, people that don't go on YouTube and all these other formats to find out what people really think. And that's the most contemptuous part. They know what they're doing, they know their game's bad, which is bad enough. They are not giving out codes to people they think will give negative reviews, which is manipulation, that's very bad. But the worst part is they know they'll be caught out very quickly and called out on it, but they're doing it because they know they can scam people into buying it who don't know about the backstory and won't be going on YouTube to see what people think. And that's just terrible. I don't think there's any other industry, I was thinking about this before I started this video, where game publishers, developers, and I'm not just thinking about BioWare or EA, lie and manipulate and tell half-truths and change agreements and do what they want to do as often as gaming. I don't think it happens in any other walk of life. It doesn't happen with physical products like TVs or computers. It doesn't happen with movies. It doesn't happen with music. It doesn't happen in sport. I'm not saying it never happens, but it happens so often in different aspects of gaming. It's awful. And this is probably about the most awful. Let's make a game where we had every chance to make a good game. We've got the money and we've got the back games, we've got the history. Let's make a bad game because we can't be bothered and because we want to make a wokey, ridiculous game. Then let's hide the fact we made a bad game because we know we did it, but we don't want anyone to know. But when they do find out, we don't care because we'll scam some people who don't know about gaming and who don't go on YouTube to find out what the reviews are like, and they'll just see the basic score and buy it. And all parts of that are bad. I think EA should be ashamed, BioWare should be ashamed, because they had the chance to make a good game, and all the reviewers who full well know that they've taken the code and made the review knowing that other people didn't, and they know that all these, they're big channels, they know what's happened, they are to blame, because if you were a decent person, let alone a decent gaming journalist, you would not take the code because you would realise what's happening instead of just going, oh, I've got the code, I'll make a great review for the game because who cares about other people didn't get the code, I'll just make a great review. And it also means that the people that, you have to look at the people that got the code and made good reviews, because how can it be that they didn't give codes to people that would make bad reviews? The game has generally been very, but some people give it good reviews. So obviously those people that got code are, for want of a better term, in some way or other in EA and BioWare's pocket. Either they are linked up, they got money for it, they got goodies for it, they've got a relationship with those companies, they want to keep sweet, so they want to keep getting code. But whatever the reason, they should be ashamed of themselves because it's their colleagues and other parts of gaming who didn't get the codes. And by accepting that, they're damaging the whole of gaming, and their whole purpose to doing any kind of review is to be impartial and to allow everyone to make a review of a game. And if you're complicit in knowing that you're getting a code where other people aren't, so they can't give it a negative review, plus you're going to give it a positive review based on the fact you're getting a backhander from BioWare or EA, then that's shameful. And I'm not sure which is more shameful, the journalists that took the code and made great reviews for the fact they want to please EA for whatever reason, or the fact that EA did this thinking they could scam off people. And the worst part, not the worst part, but the other thing is to remember that we're not talking about the price of a movie or a CD. We're talking about a very expensive new game, which is, that can be somebody's month's entertainment. I don't mean month's entertainment, they're going to play the game a month. What I mean is that's a month of their savings to what they could spend on entertainment. They may have sacrificed getting Netflix or buying some movies or buying other games because they're going to spend it all on that. It's not a little bit of money that someone often is just throwing away. It's a lot of money for people. It would be a lot of money for me to spend. So it's absolutely outrageous that they do scam people's money. And these companies like Fantastic and the day before that made scam games, but this isn't that far off, and it's almost worse actually, because Fantastic didn't make a game at all really, they just made some rubbish and scam people. EA have got the money and BioWare to make a good game, and they didn't bother, and then they lied about it and tried to hide it. So anyway, that's my subsequent take on the Dragon Age Veilguard situation. I hope I don't have to make any more reviews about this. I think I've said all I need to say about Dragon Age Veilguard. Maybe I will, but anyway. Thanks for watching Guessagaingaming. Take care for now.